And welcome back to part 13 of the My Pokemon Academia crossover what if from Pokemon to My Hero Academia. So last time Deku had just won his eraser badge from Aizawa. Get words right there. I also know I'm not down in the corner this time. Just figured I'd change it up a little bit. But Aizawa was just defeated by Deku, and then Shinso had finally come back to get his rematch. However, if you were paying attention, we'll get to the end result of that match and show off the new Pokemon he caught. But that's not where our story opens up. Instead, we're choosing to follow a different group of bunch of rapscallion youngsters. We're following a young blonde named Bakugo and his friends. They hit Hoso City for Bakugo's in Kirishima's next gym battle. Should note that Mina's not necessarily, as I get the other two up here. Boop. Kirishima's obviously definitely taking the gym challenge. Mina's kind of in a weird spot. I feel like she is, but it's not her priority. Like, among the three of them, she goes last all the time because she's a bit more laid back than either of them. She likes to go with the flow. But I do think she is taking the gym challenge. But as they're getting through Hoso City, Bakugo's companions can't help but worry about him. So Bakugo has just been huffing and puffing the whole way there. Let's just get to the gym already. Whoa, look, dude, can't we just slow down? Asked Kirishima. Look, can't we maybe take a day or two? Maybe they'll wait till after the next festival's done? No, I want to get this over with now. Dude, you've been on a rampage ever since that rematch with Aizawa. Shut up! He only beat me because I wasn't prepared for that Absol of his. Yeah, well, that's kind of the point. I mean, you said you study up on the gym leaders constantly. Look, I don't need to study as much as that loser Deku does, all right? I know what I'm doing. That's just caught my surprise the first time. I clearly beat him the second. He's like, well, yeah, that's true. But only after you went and did some training. According to him, he only wins every 1 out of 10. He only loses 1 out of every 10, and he said the record still hasn't been beat, which means he's beat 9 other guys before you came here, dude. Yeah, that's really. I said, shut it. Let's just get to the Pokemon style. Here up, and that way I can challenge the gym leader already. I mean, Jesus, dude. All right, fine. God, let's go to the gym. Even Kirishima, who's usually pretty gung ho, was like, fine, okay. Let's go. I mean, even I kind of want a little break. We've been walking nonstop. Bakugo just charges in. So gets his Pokemon healed. Now, Hosu, I want to explain. I actually originally called the city Azorb. Basically, a play on the word absorb, but not spelled just slightly different. Originally, that was the name of it, but I realized if I want certain plot points to take place here, I actually have to rename it Hosu. So I renamed it Hosu, and honestly, I like that it's just a city that exists here instead. So that's fine. But one of the cool things about the city is that it's basically it was basically built in a giant meteor crater. Like, the entire city is built within a giant crater. And the meteor itself was huge. The legend claims that a Pokemon came and slowed its descent. That's why it didn't cause an extinction level event or anything like that. It caused a serious crater. But it didn't wipe out the Earth or anything like that, because it's big enough to hold a gym, which is where it is held. To which even Kirishima's like, "Whoa, is that a meteor? Don't you know anything about anything, Kirishima? Seriously, did you study history and back at school? Hoso City was formed after a meteor fell and created the crater here. People used the ore to build buildings, statues, and the remaining husk is what makes it the gym now. Well, does that mean the guy's a rock or steel type? That kind of fits. Nah, as far as I know, he's a normal type user. Wait, what? Then why is he use the meteor as a gym? It's like, and even Bakugo's like, practicality, idiot. I mean, do you think he's gonna think you're just gonna rip it out and make a boring old dojo? And Kirishima was like, oh, yeah, that's a good point. He's got a good point. And basically the group goes up to the door and, asks the receptionist, my name is Katsuki Bakugo from New Leaf Town. I'm here to challenge the gym leader. Oh, you're here to challenge Gum. So, okay, just a second. Wait, Gum? Who's Gum? If any of you know the manga, you know who's coming. All of a sudden, a very large man comes through the door. Oh, you must be a new challenger. My name is... Give me 1 second here. I know his actual name. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I can quickly get it up. Hold on. There we go. Fat Gum. Perfect. Because Fat Gum's his hero name. I like Fat Gum. Fat Gum's awesome. Hi, my name is Toshiro Toyomitsu. But most people call me Fat Gum. It's like, Kirishima being the dulce, is it because you're fat? And Mina, honestly, who looks like bubblegum, kind of, just kind of says, like, don't be rude. No, it's all right. No, it's fat. But it's kind of just my the heritage, you know. It's to believe my family somehow developed a physical trait that somehow developed from heavier set Pokemon. Blah, blah, blah. Let's just get to it. Oh, you're a feisty one, huh? All right, no problem. Yeah, let's get in there. And they get in the gym, and look, it's a normal gym. So much, not all the gyms are going to look like really extravagant or anything like that in terms of their inside. Like Kamui Woods is dead because he's a plant-based user, or grass-type user. I don't believe I had Nijiri look different, and I don't believe I had Aizawa. Nedry just because there's no real way to make an electrical gym and not be having an extreme advantage over your opponent. So standard gym. Aizawa doesn't care for that, and it's a normal type gym. That's not to say you might not see some just different types of gyms within different cities, but ultimately that's the way a gym looks. All right, if you're, hey ref, are you ready to go? He's like, yeah, just get on with it. And now Fat's kind of like, all right, no reason to get rude. Rude is like, all right, ref, this will be a 3-on-3 battle, no substitutes. The gym leader will choose his first Pokemon. The challenger will follow. All right, begin. All right, I choose you. Beware. Now, by the way, you may be wondering why I chose normal for Fat Gum. Well, for the other ones, it actually makes a lot of sense. I mean, obviously, Kamui Woods has wood-based quirk, grass types. Nedry's uses energy-based quirk, and she's very full of energy. Electric type. Aizawa, dark complexion, very brooding overtone, and he's got something kind of nerfs you, has an ability that nerfs you. Dark type. Why normal for Fat? Well, it really stands for the fact that all the Pokemon that he has on his team, which you will all see is in full team in this particular video, all are just tanks that can absorb damage. Like, Fluffy can absorb, its Fluff ability can absorb physical attacks, but, against fire, it's hurt. The other two Pokemon you'll definitely see are tanks. Meanwhile, Bakugo decides to go, right, go Voltorb! Voltorb, and the fight begins. But by the by, you won't be seeing much images in this fight in terms of actual attacks. So you're just going to have to go with my amazing narration. So the match begins. Fat Gum sends out Beware, while Bakugo sends out Voltorb. The match begins with Voltorb using Charge Beam, and Beware using Strength. Now, basically muscling through it. That doesn't mean Beware doesn't take the damage, but Bewares are powerhouse. They're tanks. They're normal fighting type, which is just a weird combination. So it's muscling through and straight through and hits Voltorb. Voltorb goes spinning, but spins into Electric Ball. Lands on Beware, who's much slower than Voltorb. Beware tries to use Brutal Swing and lands, but lands on Voltorb. Voltorb is very, quote unquote, barely, 2 puns in one. I didn't even mean that. Barely standing, even though it's a ball. But he's spinning. Unfortunately, Beware can't move thanks to the stack. Bakugo then manages to get Voltorb into a rollout, which lands. Beware still can't move. Lands another rollout, which is increasing his strength. He's still suffering from that. Charge Beam as well, and the Electro Ball. Beware tries to use Takedown, but misses, and then gets hit one more time with the rollout, and gets knocked out. Beware is unable to battle. The winner is Voltorb. Saying, all right, good job, Voltorb. But don't get cocky. We still got a lot more to go. I got rid of the wrong guy. There we go. All right, you did a good job, Beware, but that little guy was just too fast for us. Don't worry, though. Yeah, you haven't seen anything yet, Bakugo. Now, let me introduce you to one of the real. Now let's get a little bit more serious, shall we? Go, Blissey. Now, if any of you have ever played Pokemon and/or have played against or with a Blissey, if you've ever used a Chansey or played against a Chansey, You know those things are frickin' walls. And Blissey is a frickin' wall. So Blissey comes out, and even Bakugo's like, oh, this is not going to be as easy as I thought it'll be. All right, Voltorb, you still think you can go? Voltorb goes into a roll. All right, roll out. Blissey, so Voltorb comes out with a rollout. Blissey uses defense curl. The rollout lands, barely does anything, but basically uses rollout again. Blissey just uses double slap, knocks Voltorb off its rotation, and just knocks it out with the next slap. Voltorb goes down. Well, at least you got a couple hits in there. Now, here's the thing. As much of an ass as Bakugo is in both in the actual series and in this series, I don't think he's like a, oh god, what was that guy's name from the Sinnoh season of Pokemon? Basically, Paul. He's not a Paul where he's basically like a dick to his Pokemon. He does care about his Pokemon. He might be hard on them at points, but he does care about them. And he does treat them as such. He's not abusive to his Pokemon. I want to get that very clear right out of the way. So I was like, all right, come on, let's see what you got, kid. My Blissey's still ready to go. I was like, yeah, shut up, Gum, I'm going. I was like, you need to, maybe you should really think about just taking it easy and going with the flow, huh? Shut up, I know what I'm doing. Go, Tyrant! Now, first off, where did Bakugo get a Tyrant? Well, honestly, it's not hard to imagine, being the fact that he came from a family that had access to a lot of things, that he might have gotten access to a fossil, gotten resurrected, or someone just gifted him a Tyrant at one point. I chose Tyrant for his team because, let's be honest, Tyrant, Titantrum, Tantrum, Tyrant, it's a T-Rex, that kind of real, and plus the Tyrant, Tyrantrum, oh man, Tyrantrum, wow, I can't actually say that thing's name. Give me one second. Tyrant. Why am I just word souping over his evolution's name? Evolution. Hold on. Evolution evolves into Tyrantrum. Tyrantrum. Okay, there we go. Jeez. But anyway, so it's like, this should be a challenge then. Now get ready for the long haul in this fight, because this is the long haul part of this chapter. So basically Tyrant comes out. So the fight begins. Tyrant uses Bite. Blissey uses another defense curl. So the Bite, but luckily he does have the Strong Jaw ability, which does increase the power of Bite type moves. Tyrantrum then as he gets through with the Bite, uses Ancient Power, lands only for Blissey to use Soft Boil, which restores a lot of HP. Tyrant then tries to uses Stealth Rock, but Blissey throws out Metronome, and an Aurora Beam comes out, nearly landing on Tyrant, which would have sucked because it's part dragon, and that would have blown. Pretty sure Tyrant itself is a dragon. I know Tyrantrum is a dragon type. Yep, it's a dragon type. So yeah, that would have sucked. But fortunately, he was able to get out of the way of the Aurora Beam. Tyrant is then going in for another Bite attack. However, it gets caught by a Sticky Web caused by another Metronome, which then slows Tyrant down, which is the effect of Sticky Web. Then Blissey takes this opportunity using her defense curl, increases its defenses. Tyrant hits with Ancient Power, increasing its stats, but again, hardly doing anything at this point. Blissey again uses Metronome. By the way, in case you're wondering, I did go to an online randomizer for Metronome to make sure these were all the attacks that came. So this was done completely at random. Blissey uses Metronome again when Tyrant tries to use Bite, but it gets blasted by a Leaf Storm or Leaf Tornado, which for the Dragon type can resist, but the Rock type, that hurts. Tyrant is dazed, but keeps holding on as he grabs on and bites, and Bakugo just keeps saying, keep holding on, bite him! And Blissey's struggling, uses Soft Boil, tries to use Double Slap, still not getting Tyrant off. Blissey's arms are also too stubby for it to work. Tyrant's still using Bite, he's using Bite, uses Metronome again, uses Geomancy, basically that doesn't do anything. Tyrant keeps biting, and Blissey even starts to flinch a little bit. Bakugo's like, Blissey, Metronome again! This time, unfortunately, Blissey uses Eruption and flat out knocks out Tyrant. Just Bachai. You did pretty well. You wore that thing down pretty well. Did he now? Did he? Because after all, with Soft Boil and all that defense, he really didn't get that much damage in on Blissey when it's all said and done. Although Eruption is definitely, if I remember what Eruption does. Eruption. Sorry, one sec. I want to just be sure on what Eruption's effect does. If it doesn't have a negative effect on the user, I don't think it does. But I could be wrong on that. I just want to be positive. So Eruption does damage proportional based on the user's HP, which when again when you use a Blissey, the move's base power reduces as the user's HP is reduced and is calculated by by a current formula. But either way, with a Blissey's HP, oh god, an Eruption is devastating. Anyway. So Tyrant is knocked out. Like, you think you've won this? You ain't won squat yet. All right. I'm gonna prove to everyone that I'm the best. I'm gonna prove it to you. I'm gonna prove it to them. I'm gonna prove it to that damn Deku. Go Quilava! So Quilava comes out, and now it's like, oh, Quilava. Oh, this should be interesting. I'm guessing he was the guy you started out with. Yeah, what's it to you? No, nothing. I just think it's really cool. Really nice that you put that much faith in your Pokemon. I think it's really nice. We're gonna get that a little bigger. I don't need your patronizing. It's like, again, Gum's not really like angry at them, but just like, you really need to just chill out and take things as they come. Just take the good, the bad, and just absorb it and throw it back at your opponent if you really need to. Shut up! I don't need lecturing. I just need to win. All right. The match continues. Quilava versus Blissey. Begin. And the fight goes off again. Quilava uses Smoke Screen, blinding Blissey. Blissey uses Soft Boil, gaining HP. However, Quilava comes in with a nice tasty Flame Wheel right to the face. Save that. Well, we'll keep it right back there because I'm sure I'll be using the Flame Wheel again. Nice imagery, actually, by the way. I just realized. That flaming aura behind. I like that image. Or at least what I've done. So anyway, hits on the Flame Wheel. Blissey uses Metronome again. And I'll admit, I wrote this down, and I wrote it down very sloppily. Point being, it used the technique that changed its typing to fire, which made the attack do minimal damage. Quilava uses Crush Claw. That lands. However, Metronome causes Blissey to use Frenzy Plant, and Quilava barely manages to avoid. Like, it still gets a scuff, but it's still able to go. And now Bakugo basically just lands Crush Claw twice because Blissey now can't move after using Frenzy Plant because it's essentially the grass version of Giga Impact or Hyper Beam. And all those attacks combined, plus using Metronome that much and everything like that, is able to finally put Blissey down. Mind you, if this Blissey were like say in the level 50s or 60s, there's no way Quilava could win, but this Blissey's relatively in the level 30s. So while it's pretty tanky, it's still not like unbeatable. So, wrong one. So the winner is Quilava. Woo! All right. Yeah, really great for you. I'm really impressed by you, Bakugo. You really got some talent. But you still haven't really realized how to strategize yet. Like, what do you mean strategize? I've got you beat. It's like, yeah, except for the fact that I still got one more Pokemon, and your Quilava's already done some fighting. Snorlax! So, yeah, kind of obvious why Fat Gum gets a Snorlax. Really, that was really why Fat Gum I went with normal for Fat Gum, because I knew using Fat Gum as a gym leader, I had to give him a Snorlax. So, there you go. It's like, you think I'm scared of that overgrown mon? I mean, come on, Quilava, let's go. Quilava! So, Quilava, Snorlax, Quilava go. Quilava uses Flame Wheel. However, Thick Fat prevents pretty good amount of that damage. Snorlax then chooses his body slam. Quilava gets hit, but is still able to go. Uses Smoke Screen. Again, Snorlax says, Snorlax. My Snorlax sucks. And then all of a sudden, Bakugo hears, Stockpile! It's like, yeah, no, not going to let that happen. You Swift Quilava. Swift lands, but using Stockpile again, he just, stocks it up. They're hitting. It's still not doing that much. Quilava Crush Claw lands. However, Then he hears the words, Snorlax, you swallow, and completely regains all the HP. Quilava at this point is huffing and puffing a little bit. Like, Quilava has been doing all the heavy work, whereas Snorlax has just been tanking the blows. He's pretty much been absorbing everything that Quilava throws at him. And ultimately as Quilava comes in again, Flame Wheel! Heavy Slam, Snorlax, snore! Poof. You think Body Slam's terrible. Heavy Slam is based on your weight. And yeah, Snorlax is one of, he's no longer the heaviest. He hasn't been the heaviest since Gen 3. But is one of the heaviest Pokemon around. So, boom, crushes Quilava. And Quilava is knocked out. Bakugo loses the match. The winner is the gym leader, Fat Gum. Bakugo now is kind of tweaking. He's like, I lost again? It's like, oh, I guess you came from Night Reach, didn't you? Yeah, Aizawa can be a bit of a stickler. No wonder you're probably in the mood. So Aizawa has that kind of effect on people, just especially as the third gym leader. Look, you've got talent, absolutely. You've got skill. I give it that. But confidence, and you got confidence. But confidence is one thing. Arrogance is another. If you can't differentiate between two, you're never going to last as a trainer. I think you maybe spend some time learning about yourself and maybe seeking a bit of a new, fresh attitude on things. Bakugo's like, and he just kind of starts out of there. Mina and Kirishima are both like, yeah, thanks. Oh, are any of you gonna challenge me next? It's like, yeah, at some point. We're thinking of maybe taking on the festival, get some training in through that. Oh, not a bad idea. Well, I'll see you then later. My own catchphrase, kind of. Bakugo's just storming out, goes to the Pokemon Center, gets his Pokemon healed up. Like, look, dude, it's all right. We all have it. Look, me and Mina both lost Aizawa too. That's not the point. And he's like, look, yeah, but I mean, everyone is going to lose. I shouldn't be the one who loses. I shouldn't lose. And, they're just looking at us like, oh, man. And then he goes, look, why don't we go with our first idea, though? It's clear. That guy's strong. When we clearly don't have that. We clearly don't have the power between our mons to beat him right now. So why don't we go to the festival when it's ready and get some training in there? Bakugo finally kind of like takes a breath. All right, fine. This isn't over. I'm going to show everyone that I'm going to be the best. They're going to be you. I'll be the Elite Four, and I'll even beat All Might, and I'll beat you too, Deku. Elsewhere, a gym battle's happening. Midoriya gets a chill down his spine. Midoriya, what's wrong? I just suddenly felt like someone wanted me dead. So what do you think? I think Bakugo is just angry at me somewhere. Really? How can you tell? Just a feeling. Meanwhile, the fight is coming to a close between Aizawa Zapsol and Shinso's new team member, Ariados. I chose also the shiny Ariados because the purple looks cool and it fits with his hair. So, yep, he caught an Ariados, which makes a lot of sense. And why did I choose Ariados? Because I wanted at least one Pokemon that represent the binding cloth that he uses, courtesy of Aizawa, later on in the series. And that seemed like the best. Like an Ariados, it's a poison bug type, so it fits the kind of creepy creepy vibe that Shinso gives off. And the string shot is kind of indicative of, the webbing can be indicative of the binding cloth. So that's why I went with Ariados. Plus, I like Ariados. It's always been a cool Pokemon. And I like the shiny. It fits with him. And ultimately, Shinso ends up on top. Aizawa's like, oh man, you kids are something else, breaking my record once again. I know that was only 4 more attempts before. Back-to-back losses, Aizawa. Looks like you're losing your touch. Maybe, but I guess we might just have a good generation this year. All right, if you're looking for your next gym battle and the festival to go to Hoso. It's down the way. You'll be able to find it. Just head that way. It's like, just that way? Yeah, don't worry. Follow the path. You'll find it. Oh, well, okay. Thanks, Mr. Aizawa. Yeah, don't thank me. Just don't really come back here unless you need something. I want to go back to bed. Just crawls up again. And that's like, again, where did he pull that out of? So that is the end of this chapter. Chapter 13 ends with Shinso winning his badge finally. Bakugo losing his first match against Fat Gum. And we're just going to see what happens afterwards with the next part of the chapter, part of the series. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review of it at some point. Ideas for who would win, Star Wars, superhero, magic, what if. Anything to do with the channel, put that in the comments below. Let me know. I'll get to that at some point. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you folks next time. Later!